Hey, Alex here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of 2 Weeks, 1 Shot, a tabletop RPG variety podcast. It's episode 2 of season 2. It's just 2s all the way down. Today, we continue with our adventure in D&D 5e and try to unravel the mystery behind the quality of that damned frittata. Oh, and also the disappearance of Shylock and his grandson. All right, let's jump into the aventura. Personally, I don't really think eggshell white is a great color for a bathroom, but whatever.
Previously on 2 Weeks, 1 Shot.
New Fandolin, a city where they'll kill you before they look at you. But that kind of place is good for business when you're a private eye.
It is I, Jeff, the man of 101 faces.
Hello, Hobson Wolf at your service.
If you don't know where my daughter is, I'd like for you to point me in a direction to someone who might know where my daughter is.
I'm here to crack some skulls and some secrets.
That's my team, and me, I'm Frank Darlin, the boss. You're never gonna believe this. Shylock and his kid have both disappeared.
I will speak with the widow. Not yet widow. Possible widow.
The baby's gone?
Yes, my grandson. He's gone.
I found a paint swab and it's eggshell.
That's for the bathroom.
You have a lot of convenient answers.
And you ask a lot of easy questions.
She's right. What do we do?
Does he often send messages to a colleague? An old friend?
There was a man he used to communicate with. An enemy. A man by the name of Montgomery Adams.
Just as a recap, just so everyone remembers a little bit, we are in the study. We're talking to the lady, Mrs. Helms. She has answered most of our questions, really. She's answered the paint. She's answered the opium. She's answered the painting. She's not answered for the frittata. But, yeah, I think those are all the clues we've presented her with so far.
And she's answered about the enemy.
The enemy, yes. And he also has no known associates, as his retirement has been rather lonely. Or life in general. And I don't think the baby has any associates, so...
We didn't ask.
That's true. All right.
We also haven't asked if the baby did opium or cocaine. So.
Oh, shit.
Damn it.
Well, Trusty Jeff, you are up. Anything you'd like to do? Anything you'd like to try?
Trusty Jeff stands, takes a pace to the west side of the room, and takes a pace to the east side of the room, puts his hand to his chin, has an aha, and then a no. Paces back over to the west, and then looks over at Lady Helms and says, Madam!
Yes?
Did the baby have any known associates?
Thank you for asking.
The baby?
Yes. Any play dates you might have taken him on? Any...
No, he was far too young. He was only 3.
What a boring baby. And ma'am, in your husband's retirement, he had no meeting with past acquaintances, no adventures or longings for his previous joie de vivre in his inspector life?
Well, he did ruminate quite often on his old adventures, and if anyone would ask, he'd fancy them with a story or two if they had the time. But mostly he kept to himself, read books, studied. On occasion, we'd go out to the country, enjoy the scenery, that sort of thing. But no, I wouldn't say he had any close associates.
Now, madam, I would ask that you think very carefully on this next question.
Of course.
Does your husband have anywhere he himself personally would like to get away to?
A place that he would run to?
Yes. You said it so much better than me.
Well, my husband was never one for traveling, really. He spent most of his time in the study. Anywhere he always wanted to go, he would do it by book, as he would say. By way of book. Reading about it, studying it.
I see. And madam, my last question, and I do deeply ask for your pardons in asking this, but there are no other sort of acquaintances he might have gone to visit?
If you are insinuating what I think you are insinuating, no.
Madam, I have to ask every question.
My husband was a man of moral character, fine standing.
I should check the bed harder.
And yet every character has two sides. But that is fair.
No, that's coins. You're thinking of coins again.
Perhaps every character has multiple faces.
Impossible. I am the only man with multiple faces. Well, maybe one of my other... If you would dare to allow us to ask any further questions, if my other associates have anything left.
Yes, of course.
And again, I do apologize.
You are forgiven for now.
Trusty Jeff goes back to pacing from west to east.
Roll a d20.
Ooh, for how good my pacing is? Of course. It's a natural 20.
Awesome. Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
You notice that there's a stain on the ceiling above your head, as if water has been dripping.
Would I be able to discern? Does that look like it's where the bathroom is?
Yes, it looks like it's where the bathroom is.
I should have checked the bathroom.
Madam, if you would not mind, I could very desperately use your facilities.
Oh, yes, of course. Upstairs, down the hall.
Of course, of course.
I perhaps will go with him. After all, he needs me to hold his penis.
Thank you, Neeson.
This poor woman.
All right, well, of course.
Come, Neeson.
You may all use the restroom if you also wish.
2 at a time, thank you. Or you guys want to? Would you men like to come with us? With my Liam Neeson accent, would you all like to come with us to the bathroom?
Oh shit, that's not it.
I forgot what Irish people sound like.
Personally, I think I've seen Trusty Jeff's penis a few too many times. So,
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
So, Brian, you'll stay out?
yeah, Lou's actually interested in talking to the woman. You mentioned an enemy.
Montgomery Adams.
Montgomery.
Yes.
Yeah. And your husband hasn't heard from him in a long while, you said, but he keeps some correspondence with his enemy.
That was back in the day. His enemy died. Montgomery died. That was why Shylock retired.
How exactly did he die?
He went over a set of falls.
By the name of Rickenbach?
That'll do it.
Sorry. Oh God.
I seem to recall that in the papers.
Yes.
And no word since. Did your husband have any other enemies? People who didn't die going over a set of falls?
My husband would have never retired if he did.
Mrs. Helms?
Yes.
I believe you mentioned that your husband was standing here in the study and staring off in a direction when he asked you to call the police.
No. He was upstairs.
Upstairs?
Upstairs in the nursery.
Would you mind showing us where he was standing and perhaps where he was looking towards?
Of course, he was right beside the cradle, beside the crib.
And looking where?
Right at the crib, into it.
Where the baby was?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf, you want to go look at this crib?
Well, I will show you to it then.
Thank you. You're most gracious for allowing us into your home.
Of course, you are helping me, so... She takes you upstairs and you go to a small nursery. In there you see a crib over a rug. There's 2 chairs, a series of toys everywhere. And there appears to be a painting on the wall with 2 curtains that are used to cover the painting up.
Mm-hmm.
An assortment of toys litter the ground.
I would like to use my perception skills and stand, I guess, about where Lou is here in front of the crib, where I imagine Mr. Shylock would have been standing, and just examine the crib, see if there's anything off, any sort of markings or anything that is out of the ordinary for what you would normally expect.
Lou will assist.
Roll a d20.
Onto the shoulders he goes.
Yeah, no, Lou is assisting by once again does a little squat pickup. He holds up Hudson and looks at Mrs. Helms and how tall is your husband? Tell me when he's at eye height, and holds him up and down until he's at the exact same position.
Should get a little saddle.
He's about 5'10".
Well, he holds him up so that he's about 5'10" for his eyes to be there.
Hobson, do you wear shoes?
No.
Sandals.
Galoshes.
Socks?
Are you barefoot or are you...
Yeah, barefoot.
All right, good to know.
Gross.
Roll for your investigation or your perception.
Okay, I got, let's see, it's a 25.
25. All right.
Yeah.
He puts you at the same height that Shylock would have been to look around the room, but there doesn't seem to be anything apparent. He turns you around left, right, trying to give you a good view of the room, but nothing to be found, nothing exceptional. And then he sets you down. When he sets you down, you feel that the carpet is moist, slightly wet.
Hobson is gonna get down on his kind of like his knees and his hands and knees and start to examine the carpet.
It seems that the carpet is wet in one spot, and then a few inches behind it to the left, it's wet in another spot. And then a few inches behind it to the right, it's wet in another spot.
Does Lou have good sense of smell? Or is that just really racist?
Or are you just making assumptions about my people?
I'm gonna say you do.
Say, Lou, can you maybe see what this is? Use your nose.
It's a carpet, but okay.
No, there's wet spots, Lou.
Oh.
All around here.
Interesting. Lou will sort of squat down. He less gets on, like, when he gets down on all fours, it's less like hands and knees and more almost like contorting his body like an animal. As he sort of squats down and leans over to sniff at the wet spots on this carpet here.
Okay, you sniff at the wet spots and give me a roll investigation.
Yeah. Let me go. Investigation?
Yes.
I'm not good at that. Can I use perception?
Well, you're investigating it. It's not.
I am investigating. That's fair.
You guys did not think about being detectives.
The non-investigating detectives.
Can I have advantage by virtue of I'm using my super sniffing nose?
Sure, I will give you that.
It's okay. That helps a lot because Lou is good at a number of things. Straight up investigation, not one of them. There's a reason he's partnered with our esteemed Hobson Wolf. I got a 9.
You got a 9. You smell it, and it is a very familiar scent. It seems to be water with a slight hint of like soil and grass.
It's smells like outside.
Outside?
Like somebody came in here after they got their shoes all damp or something on the grass or in the mud, maybe. There's no visible mud or anything on the carpet, though, right?
There's not.
Yeah. Somebody came in here with wet feet from outside. Stepped just here.
And there's a window, right?
There's not a window in that room.
Oh, there's not a window. Interesting.
These seem like they're spaced out like footprints would be, right?
Yes.
These little wet spots? Yeah, so.
Yes.
If this is still here, it's still wet, and I'm smelling what I'm smelling, then they can't have done this very long ago. Whoever took your baby must have done it only a little while before you noticed, I think.
Oh dear. Oh my. I don't know how he could have gotten in. There wasn't any signs of forced entry.
Speaking from legal experience, there's lots of ways to get into somewhere without leaving too many signs of it.
Well, you know more than I do.
Lou is going to go and start looking for any signs of entry on various windows and the door and everything, but we can check that out after we see what's going on with other folks.
Okay. Going to check out what it is that Trusty Jeff and Grotank are doing. They go into the restroom, and it is a really small restroom with a tub. It has a mirror, there's a sink, and you can tell that certain parts of the paint here have been peeling. There's like a lining of like white brick. It's a seemingly nice but cramped restroom, and there's a shower. On the wall where the shower is a small window that's closed.
Oh, the walls are the eggshell. I found my Liam Neeson voice again.
The walls are indeed eggshell.
So the batty old woman was mine.
I want to roll an investigation check to see if there's any water or residue or leaking from either the sink or the shower or right? Somewhere. Try and see if there's where the trace of water leakage on the first floor was coming from.
You do a good check, and what you notice is you look up at the ceiling, and there seem to be little droplets on the ceiling. They're just clinging to the top. You don't see any visible leak on the ground, but clearly it must be the pipes that are causing the leak. This bathroom, small, with not much ventilation, seems to collect moisture very easily, but not let it out.
Well, I've solved one mystery, Neeson. Seems like the leak I saw downstairs might be coming from a leak in the roof.
I'd like to roll a perception and check the window.
Are you telling me? I don't know what that is.
Quiet, you. I'm narrating aloud to myself because now I'm taking the detective genre very seriously.
Oh, now you are.
I'm looking around the bathroom. I look at my partner, or who I think is my partner. To be honest, I have no idea who this man is. He's shown me so many different faces. 101, in fact. And I don't know which one's the real one. I don't think I'll ever know.
Just to note, none of these faces have your daughter.
Damn it.
Just putting that out there, because you seem to forget.
I do a perception check, and I try to check through the window to see if I can force it open with my old, graying hands.
You barely even try, and you can. It was unlocked, but it's definitely tight. It's a small window.
Seems as though the window is unlocked. I'd like to further do a perception and see if there are any marks around the windowsill. Any scuffs, any fingerprints, any bits of blood.
Roll a d20 plus your investigation.
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
Fuck. I got a 4 plus 6. It's a 10.
All right. You don't see anything on the inside of the window, but on the outside, you do see like two scuff marks that are about maybe like 1.5 feet in distance. And at the edge of the sill is a little bit of dirt. Like a scuffing of dirt.
Interesting.
Is the window large enough for a man to fit through?
No.
Is it large enough for a baby to fit through?
Yes, a baby could fit through the window.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Perhaps the baby found its own way out the window.
The baby did it. Kidnapped himself.
I knew it.
Perhaps a dingo came through the window and ate him. Excuse me.
Is it big enough for a dingo to fit through the window?
Mama, dingo ate your baby.
We got mud and we got traces of dirt on the windowsill in the bathroom.
I turn to Trusty Jeff, who I don't trust. Not for a slightest bit.
The fuck?
I say this out loud in my outdoor monologue. In my outdoor monologue and my open monologue.
Yeah, I think we all, to an extent, monologue to each other.
Sure. I say, old Trusty Jeff, why don't you try an investigation check here by the window?
A what?
Investigate.
Yes, I know how to do that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'd like to take a closer look at the window, see if maybe there's evidence of what might have left the dirt or the scuff marks on either one.
Got it.
And while he does that, I grab the toilet and I give it a rattle.
Gotta make the deception real, I get you.
What'd you roll?
Well,
What'd you roll?
Oh, no.
I'll say
suck
this.
at
No,
this.
I'm great at it because you know what? My investigation skill is pretty good. So with my investigation skill, it's a 10, but what I rolled was a 2.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We've been having a lot of that tonight. We're really good detectives.
I made my character to investigate. I don't know what you all did.
We did put the points in the right place. This is good. None of us are barbarians, like, just, you know.
We were losing daughters.
Yeah, I guess.
You look at the sill. And you can tell that it is that the two scuff marks on the outside seem to have been caused by like metal hitting the wood on the outside.
I'm gonna poke my head out the window. And do I see any metal objects that would hit the thing, that thing with the marks and the stuff that I investigate?
You do not. In fact, you see a small backyard, and behind that backyard seems to be another backyard. They share a fence, but also modest.
Neeson, I believe our quarry might have made their way to the backyard, or if not them, Certainly we should take a look at the backyard.
Aye. But first, I want to see about this leak.
Yes?
I rattle the bathtub really fucking hard. Just checking. Testing for the leak.
Oh, to test for the leak. Okay. I was just saying, what's our deception here?
I'm doing an investigation. It's a perception.
Clearly the deception is that you're fucking each other in the bathroom.
Are we?
You begin moving the toilet as hard as you can, and he begins making that sound of like the bowl in the back, like filling up endlessly and forever.
Uh-oh.
Whatever you've jostled in there has has just let now the water just continuously leak.
It's just like the toilets back in South Texas.
You broke their flush valve.
I'll tell you what he jostled. It's my anxiety. This is a real life nightmare of mine. Oh my God.
Someone just make sure to tell this woman that we did that, or that it happened.
She's not paying us.
No, I'm not done. I'm gonna roll in athletics. I'm gonna start kicking the walls. Yeah, I'm gonna look for weak points.
Oh.
Okay.
Does it require full-on kicks? I'm going to just stand in the tub as he does this.
I'm gonna roll in athletics.
Alex, you're gonna stand in the tub?
I guess. I don't know. I want to get out of his way, but not leave the bathroom.
Okay. Roll a d20 because you're in the tub.
I'm so good at tub standing. It's a 14.
Plus your perception.
14 plus percepti. That's a 16. I don't know. I didn't put a lot of perception.
And Grow Tank, roll me your d20 plus your strength.
Okay.
No, Mrs. Helms, this is perfectly normal. Jeff has a condition.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1.
God damn it.
I rolled a 1. My strength is a 6, but I rolled a 1.
So with all your strength, you just kick the brick wall as hard as you can, and you hear as some kind of tendon has gone off in your right leg. You clutch your knee and collapse to the ground.
My old war wound.
The following, any kind of physical or dex checks that you have to do will be at disadvantage.
Amazing.
Tight. Super tight.
Until you can get a doctor to take a look at that.
I'm a doctor.
I happen to have spells, just for this sort of situation.
Trusty Jeff, while you watch this amusement happen, you swear you can kind of see something in the mirror. And not just the reflection of Grow Tank clutching his leg and falling over, but there's something there, but you can't exactly make it out. You could swear there's something on there.
Oh, does it look like if I fogged up the mirror, there might be a massage on it?
Why don't you try it?
I'm gonna turn on the sink.
I definitely heard that as massage, massaging someone.
Yes, I did.
Thinking that it had something to do with fixing Gertank's leg.
Sounds like it's pretty steamy in there already.
Grotank talks how he talks. Trusty Jeff talks how he talks. I'm not Grotank.
No, you're not. But I do talk the way I talk.
I'm gonna turn on the hot water on the sink, let it steam up, and also help out by going on the mirror. A lot.
Okay.
I breathe in pain and say, "What the fuck are you doing?
I ignore that.
Please help me up off the ground. I haven't felt this much pain since
Since my daughter went missing.
I was in a supporting role back in the 90s.
Slowly you begin noticing that there is indeed a layer of fog that begins to form on the window, or on the mirror. And you begin to be able to read what appears to be words on this window.
Damn, I'm good.
After a while, the phrase slowly becomes very clear, and it seems to be some kind of a riddle. What comes once in a moment, but never in a minute, twice in 1,000 years. Sorry, that's incorrect.
But I solved it. It's me.
There it is. That's what it is. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
Trusty Jeff.
The answer is still the same. Trusty Jeff.
Are we outside of the bathroom still?
You are outside of the bathroom,
Okay.
and go ahead and I'm gonna say you can hear the punk coming from the closed bathroom, and the sound of the toilet being jostled, and somebody has clearly snapped a tendon inside.
Clearly.
And you hear Grow Tank, "Oh, I'm a doctor.
I have skills. I can deal with this.
Hey, don't mock me, all right? It's a lot of pain my character's has been in, okay?
Trusty Jeff internalizes the message on the mirror. He looks down at Grontic and he says, "Well, my boy, this is a good clue. We should tell this to our teammates, but on a more awkward note, I do need to use the bathroom." Another successful and innovative round of bathroom detective work, if I do say so myself. You know what? I think we are good detectives after all. The magic was in us all along. Okay, Two's Cast housekeeping time. First, thank you to rolemusic for providing our awesome intro song titled The River. Also to Kevin MacLeod, which Brian got mad at me for my mispronunciation of Mr. MacLeod's last name on the previous episode. So yeah, now we're getting it right. Thank you to Kevin MacLeod for the songs Spyglass, On the Ground, Rollin at 5, and Covert Affair, which are played throughout the episode. And to the contributors at freesound.org for all the sound effects and ambient noises you're hearing throughout the episode. Be sure to check the show notes for more info and links to all the music in the episode. We'd love to give a shout out to our pals over at Gamers Ledge. Gamers Ledge hosts a variety of shows and a podcast with channels on YouTube and Twitch. Their shows include 4 DMs, 1 Idea, where 4 TTRPG creators are given a bare bones idea and then create their own interpretation of it. I was actually on a recent episode of this where I created a murderous cat character based on the prompt Ferocious Feline. Go ahead and check the show notes for links to their channels and the episode I guested on. If you'd like to support the show, you can visit patreon.com/twoscast, and for just $2 a month, you can help us towards our goal of eventually hiring an editor. For more of us here at Twoscast, check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search Twoscast, that's TWOS cast, and use hashtag Twoscast to say hello when you do. To hear the show, head over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, or Google Podcasts. If you're listening on Spotify or Podbean, follow us to be notified when episodes come out. And hey, while you're at it, go ahead and rate our podcast on Spotify or leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We don't advertise the show at all right now, like at all. So positive ratings and reviews and really you sharing the show with friends and other people, all that word of mouth is really our most powerful tool to help the show grow. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. We'll be continuing our detective hijinks in the case of the empty Cradle on Tuesday, March 22nd, so make sure to find your way back here then. Looks like we're going to find out how good everyone is at riddles. God, all those bathroom sound effects made me actually want to go to the bathroom now. BRB!
Let's take it to Lu Fang and Wolf, who are outside. What do you all do?
Well, Lou had been heading for, the other end of the hallway to go downstairs and check the front door to see if anyone had stealthily broken in. But when he hears all that nonsense happening, he pauses and he turns around and then looks down at Wolf. He squats down when he talks to Wolf one-on-one because he knows it's important to look someone in the eyes.
Is this that meme on how do you talk to short people?
Yeah, but he's not squatting just the little squat. He gets down on all fours again as he does. And he looks at Wolf and he says, "Do you think we should go take a look at that? Find out what they're doing?"
Unfortunately, I believe the answer is yes.
I had a feeling.
No, don't worry, Mrs. Helms. Go make another frittata.
Oh, all right.
We'll be down shortly.
How about this time, just fry them up over easy?
All right, that's particular, but yes, of course. I'll be right back. Fried frittata.
Well, over medium, fry them. Something where the eggshells are more obvious if they're in there.
Oh, eggshells? I'll double them just for you.
No, all right.
As she goes around the corner and down the stairs.
Shylock loved his eggshells, man. All right.
You like a lot when you're on opium and cocaine.
You all go to the restroom, opening the door, seeing Grotank on the ground, and it seems that you also see Trusty Jeff now urinating over a grounded Grotank.
No, onto Grotank.
Not onto, but over him, for sure. And oddly enough, you never knew that Trusty Jeff drops his pants all the way down.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, my stars.
The only way. Otherwise, I stain my wardrobe.
I wish I could say I was surprised by this.
I found a clue. Hold on, let me shake.
For the last time, Trusty Jeff, your penis is not a clue. None of us want to know what the solution to that mystery might be.
He still needs help because of his shaky hands.
Oh, sorry, I got some on Neeson. Lift up pants, zipper up. There's look in the mirror. I left the sink running. There should be a message. It says, if you all can, I know some of you can't read. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years.
Frank on a first date.
Whoa! How did you know? Oh, yeah, we dated.
Trusty Jeff, it's you. That sounds like you're describing yourself. I know it's been hard.
Dating is difficult for a man with 101 faces, but this is not that.
Yes.
It seems like friend...
Will someone get me a good berry?
Ignore that. It seems like Shylock. Or
Coming right up!
You hear a voice from downstairs.
extra eggshells.
Lou is going to do his best to make a medicine check and just pop Neeson's leg back into order, if that's possible.
That's possible.
It's difficult to be an action hero in your late 60s.
I'll go for it. Hey, that ain't half bad. That's a 17.
You do it. You fix his leg. You are no longer at disadvantage, Grotank.
This is gonna hurt like a bitch for about a moment, so don't be one. And then he does it.
Oh, the pain.
Now he's just got tinnitus.
Grotank is not sure whether that was painful or arousing.
Oh, thank you there, my furry friend.
It's amazing how often those two feelings go together.
It's just my animalistic compulsions make me very sexual in a audio media.
That's cultural appropriation. Only shifters are allowed to be animalistic.
What about druids?
No.
Perhaps later we can find out if that's really true. That's right, Grotank Neeson goes both ways.
Gentlemen, we have a riddle to solve. And it's not about me, for once.
I'm sure our listeners are super excited about this riddle-solving portion of the podcast.
I'll repeat it once more. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
I don't fucking know. All right.
And we're absolutely not talking about your penis.
What comes once in a...
We whip out our smartphones and Google this shit.
Hold on.
Hobson has been looking at it ever since it was pointed out, and you see him, he like waves his hand in front of himself to get rid of all the steam, but then just takes out his pipe and lights it and like produces even more obscuring smoke.
We're all in this bathroom with the door closed, by the way.
Yes.
I fucking love it.
We are now hotboxing this bathroom.
With my tobacco.
Grotank takes out his medicinal Bulfunga.
God damn it.
Starts to hotbox the bathroom with you guys. I hope you all don't mind if it helps me with the shakes and the memories. Excuse me. Did you want to get at this?
Hobson takes a long puff and says, the letter M.
M as in Mary or N as in nary?
M as in Montgomery.
That's quite a leap you've made there.
But he's right. It only comes once in a minute, twice in a moment moment, but never in 1,000 years.
Wait, so to point out for me though, which it's that one. Lou does point at. Thankfully, he does point at the letter M. It's that one, right?
Indeed, Lou.
Good.
Lou, my boy, have you been slacking on your lessons?
No, I haven't been doing them.
Lou, I gave you homework about a fortnight ago.
I'm tired of reading about Dick and Jane.
Lou, we have you on green eggs and ham. Christ. All right. This is neither here nor
I do not like them.
So you have been reading it.
No, that would be a copyright infringement if I said yes. We should move on.
Ah, yes. The fantastic books written by the elf psychiatric medicinal lawyer, Dr. Schmoosh. I believe his first name was Doctor. My leg still hurts. Excuse me. My name is Horton. I believe I just heard.
Nope. Move on.
Continue.
So we have a letter.
Indeed.
You have a clue.
So what else have you found?
It also seems like looking out the window or along the windowsill, there's a marking where maybe some sort of object or steel object seems to have rubbed along each end of it. Now I've noticed the backyard connects to another backyard, which maybe connects to another home. But that's it!
We're thinking, what, the metal on the windowsill, like a grappling hook, a ladder? This window ain't big enough for a guy to get through.
But big enough for a baby. No, that doesn't seem right.
Wait a minute.
Lou!
And perhaps we never asked if Mr. Montgomery was a small person or a big person.
Indeed, you forget that there are people of my stature.
I do. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true. Is this window big enough that someone of the size of Hobbs and Wolf would be able to get through it?
Perfectly.
Ah, wait a minute, Mr. Wolf.
Did you do it?
Did you take my daughter as well? That was you the entire time. I thought we were friends.
You didn't take this baby so that we would have a case, did you?
I allowed you to drive me home from the dentist.
I assure you, I've no such business.
In that moment, the door opens, and it's Mrs. Helms, and she's like, is everything all right up here?
Excuse me, ma'am.
I apologize. I just have your fried frittata.
We need privacy.
And she hands over what seems to be a deep-fried frittata.
We'll take that in here. Close the door.
Wait, Mrs. Helms, we have...
The door opens back up again. Yes.
Can we get some silverware as well?
Of course.
Is this your husband's, kind of writing?
No. Oh, that's a strange riddle.
Does it look like anyone else's writing that you might know?
No one I recognize.
Tell me, Mum. Tell me, Mum.
No, you got it. That sounds right.
I got it right. That's right.
Yeah, that's super good. That sounded authentic.
Excuse me, Mum. Did your husband's enemy, his adversary, this man, excuse me, I'm trying. Was he a medium person or a small person?
You mean a halfling?
Or gnome? I didn't want to be prejudiced, but sure.
From what I understand, he's a gnome.
Oh.
Those fucking gnomes. I hate them. Excuse me.
I don't want to be prejudiced, but fuck gnomes.
Right now it's just... it's just no pre. It's just... Judas.
Are you having a stroke? Are you all right, Mr. Grotang?
I think I did die. I think I might be dead.
Oh my god.
Thank you, listeners, for giving us money, for being there, for helping me get through this master's program.
Holy shit!
You know, my life was in tatters before this, and now that you're here, it
still is.
Now it is.
Now it's in pieces,
if not more so.
Now everything is exactly the same.
That was a monologue of mums and grunts.
Where were we?
Oh, God.
Holy shit. What was that?
Oh man.
Oh god.
I think we're breaking.
I think we're getting there. All right. Where were we?
Okay. Any more questions for Shylock, ma'am? Lady Shylock.
It seems that the trail is rather fresh, so perhaps we should go out to the backyard. Lou and I found some footprints in the baby's room.
Baby.
They smelled like outside, and they were wet.
Nothing more suspicious than wet footprints.
I think we found our point of entry.
The window.
Was this window normally locked?
Well, admittedly, no. I keep it open when I shower.
You leave your bathroom window unlocked, and that seems to be how this happened. May I suggest, ma'am, to prevent people like myself from a few years ago and this Montgomery character from entering your home, start locking all your windows.
Yes, of course.
We need to go to the backyard.
Please.
I lean down to Hobson real quick. I'm like, we did a background check on Mr. Fang, correct? Before we hired him?
You know, he was a cop in California in the 70s.
Mr. Fang and I have worked together for a few years before joining up with the Darling Detectives.
And you did a background check on Mr. Fang, correct?
Mr. Fang had all of the qualifications that I was looking for.
What were you looking for? Anyway, back to the mystery.
Yes, you may absolutely access the backyard.
To the backyard!
Let's go!
All right. Together as a group, you travel through the hall, down the stairs, and out through the back door. When you get there, you notice that indeed the yard is small and there seems to be a wooden fence. Nothing too fancy, a modest fence that maybe goes up about 5 feet. It overlooks the backyard of another neighbor, which you can also see another townhouse there. On the other side of the far fence, you can see that it leads to the street that you all came in on.
Do we see anywhere in the backyard where we're obviously going to be poking around, investigating, percepting, all of those things? Would we potentially be able to find anywhere that looks like it was a spot where a ladder was set up, or perhaps where someone had stood to throw a grappling hook, or something of that nature?
Or land coming off a grappling hook.
Yeah.
Roll a d20 plus perception. How about that?
All right, beautiful. I'm much better at that. And we're all working together, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, no, yeah.
All right, then. Well, geez, wow.
Wow.
Let the record show, I rolled a 1 on one die and a 2 on the other.
Wow.
Wow.
We're so good.
We're really good detectives, guys. That is a total of 7, at least.
Wow.
Fuck. And we all helped.
And you notice that some blades of grass are longer than the others. And you wonder how many individual blades of grass you could count to before you began to lose count entirely.
The Homeowners Association will hear about this.
I would like to investigate specifically below the window of the bathroom for footprints.
Okay. Roll a d20 plus your investigation.
Which I believe, oh my god.
Someone should assist him.
This is not any better.
I'm busy worrying about these grass blades and why they're not properly keeping up with their yard work.
Do I get advantage for that or what?
Trusty Jeff drops a sick beat.
What did you roll?
2
2?
plus 11.
Jesus.
No, you have advantage because Trusty Jeff is helping you out.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Trusty Jeff is dropping an investigatory beatbox for you.
When I tested this die, it was rolling great.
I bought it, so it only falls on 20.
So that would be much better. A 22.
Oh, nice. Beautiful. You look directly underneath the sill, and indeed you see that there are 2 marks that were clearly made by an object that seem to match the 2 marks above.
Ooh.
You put together that it was clearly a ladder.
A ladder. A metallic ladder. I'll let everyone else know that I found that.
You let them know. They ponder, they think and process that a ladder was used in the crime.
There's no ladder in the yard or like a shed where a ladder would be kept, is there?
No.
So he brought his own ladder.
What about in the other yard?
That's true. Lou will go look over the fence into the other yard. Is there a ladder there?
On the inside of the fence, right on the other side, is a long metallic ladder.
Damn, clever.
Guys, you might want to come look at this. Mr. Wolf, I'll lift you up so you can see. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I walk over to the fence to see what he's talking about.
I too walk over to the fence.
I think we might need to go have a chat with the neighbors.
Excellent work, Lou. Excellent reasoning.
I take back all the terrible things I've said about you, Fang.
No, you shouldn't, but say some nice ones.
Well, we'll see.
Your fur looks good.
Not that kind of nice ones.
I don't think he knows any other.
When you peer over the side to look at the ladder, you also notice that there seems to be a trace. You become such an expert at noticing the way that the grass bends. From staring at it earlier, that you notice that there are actually a few sets of bent blades of grass, all in a pattern-like path that lead to the other fence, whom on the other side of which would be the road that leads out to the rest of the town.
Oh, never mind. Scratch the neighbors. We need to follow that trail. I spy it with my homeowners association trained eyes. These are not regulation.
What would the role be to track? It'd be
Survival.
investigate, survival. The one thing I didn't put any points in.
You're the tracker.
I know, but I didn't know what it was.
I didn't put any points in that because you said you were the tracker.
I put all points in investigation. I thought that was gonna be the thing. I didn't read the book. I'm just assuming.
I hate you guys.
This is my favorite class too. Okay.
Oh my god, we have a ranger with no points in survival?
Yeah! What the fuck? No!
Hold on. I'll fix it.
No!
I'm gonna fix it. No, I fixed it. No. Okay. I didn't fix it.
Oh my god.
Now I have a 25 in tracking, he says.
I put all these points into history.
Now I'll track the fucking air.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna fix it. I'm not very stealthy, if that makes you feel, but okay. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna do a track.
Okay,
I'm gonna get real low. I'm gonna smell.
Get low.
get your track on.
I'm gonna do my track. I'm gonna say I was trained in a particular set of skills,
Tracking's not one of them.
and this should be one of them.
So roll.
I rolled a 10.
That's why he couldn't find his daughter.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. Yeah, I have a terrible survival check. It's a 3. It's a 13.
So you got a 13.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just enough to be able to make that the footprints clearly lead out to the road, and they seem to travel westward down the city.
Westward down the city. Not into the city, but down it.
That's right.
Was our boss with us? I forgot.
We let you all explore the inside, and he's been outside talking to the chief the whole time.
Anyone else feel like Darling is just coasting off of our achievements? Maybe we should start our own agency.
Frankly, I wonder if he isn't the best detective out of all of us, being that he does not have a random 1 in 20 chance of affecting. Anyway.
It's almost like we're all stuck on some unseen system.
Maybe we should go tell the boss that we've picked up a trail and need to follow it into the city.
That's true. He is paying us.
Is he?
And he has the car.
So you all make your way over to Frank Darlin, who's essentially smoking a cigarette, talking to the chief.
Essentially.
He looks at you all. Boys, what you all find? What'd you figure out? What's the skinny?
Well, it seems that a personage of small proportions, either a halfling such as myself or perhaps a gnome, that is my theory, gone in and taken the baby via the bathroom window and a ladder in the neighbor's yard. We have found a trail and are planning to follow it.
I see. And the trail, where did it lead to?
Opposite side of the house.
West.
Heading westward, yes, into the city.
I got an idea. I think the best place to go to would be the junkyard.
A junkyard?
That's right. There's a secret bar there called the Time's Up. It's a speakeasy, hard to get into.
Well, obviously it's secret.
But they say that's where the roughest of the crowds go. If you want to get any more information on what's going on, that'd be your best bet.
I might be able to get us in. I can pull on some old friends.
Whoa.
I did want an opportunity to grab people at random and ask them questions and be intimidating.
Mr. Fang, why don't you lead the way? It sounds like Grotank's craving to follow.
Graven indeed. My accent changed again.
Just various Liam Neeson.
Different movies, different timelines, different performances.
I can't wait for Phantom Menace Liam Neeson. That's going to be exciting.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a very good one.
Next episode.
Oh, okay.
very similar to Ra's al Ghul, Liam Neeson.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it really is kind of the same flavors each time. He's got like 3 modes.
Yeah.
Different accents, you know.
Lots of good movies, though.
Yeah, great.
50 Shades of Neeson. 3 shades.
All of them are taken.
I hope you're okay, Liam Neeson. I hope COVID's not has been too hard or anything, you know. Thank you for listening.
What?
Do bear town, put the bow.